Hi, this is Vinny Appice from Today, Heaven and Hell, Black Sabbath, Dio, and you're watching CMS TV.
What so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. Red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Ow!
And a happy Wednesday to you.
Hello, people.
Look at that, dude.
Look at everything's working perfectly, right, Seth?
Man. So
If
literally
anything-
30 seconds before we go on the air, the entire microphone stand falls to the ground. It disconnects from the table, falls to the ground. And my fat ass is in a wheelchair trying to pick it up.
And here we are. We're like all pumped. We got a good guest today. We haven't had a guest in months.
Two guests today.
Yeah, we had 2 guests today, but we haven't had any in months.
Yeah.
And here it is, ready to go, getting ready to talk a little bit about what we're going to talk to the guest about.
Done. Microphone tumbles to the ground. Shit's everywhere. Pieces everywhere.
Yeah, and it's not like, you've got the swollen ball syndrome and the leg thing. It's not like you can just drop down and pick it up and put it back together.
Like on the ground, going, all right, get this. But before the open was done, I managed to get it on like nothing happened. I shouldn't
Got
have
it done
said
in 2
anything.
minutes. Thank God the open is way too long because it was perfect today.
Yeah. I knew it was going to come in handy at some point.
That's right.
Don Jamieson is going to join us in a little bit.
Yes, he just emailed me, said he's on his way. So we'll have Don Jamieson in. That's going to be fun.
Tony
Talking about the
Musachio
funny
is going to
stuff.
join us today.
Wow, Tony Musachio making a comeback.
Yeah, it's actually kind of fun. He's been chiming in on the Jake Underwood show at least once a week,
No, that's good.
which is cool. And so looking forward to hearing from him again.
Sure.
And there you go. It should be a
That's
quick hour-long show. And I will
Yes.
give you a little bit of a progress update.
Okay.
A little bit of an update on the old ball sack.
All right.
Not like you really wanted one, but
Oh, God, I can't wait to hear about your balls, Seth.
so a few weeks ago when I started doing the show from down here, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't really roll all the way up to the table because the way I have the computer angled, I'm on a corner.
Okay.
And the leg of the table would hit my nuts about a foot out.
All right.
And so I couldn't make it to the table.
Okay.
Now I'm pressed up against the table.
Oh, look at you.
And not feeling the leg on the nuts. So it's definitely feels like it's getting a little bit smaller and better. But
when do you go back to the doctor?
Well, I don't have to reschedule something because they're the ones that said, hey, nothing we can really give you or do for you. Just got to wait it out.
Right. But still, you need, I think in this case, especially with your balls, you definitely want the doctor to sign off on it before you say, yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
You know, the last thing you need is for you to think it's good. And then 2 months from now, you slip or something and, you know, re-grapefruit those suckers.
Yeah, I don't know. Swollen balls update.
Well, dude, I'm excited about our guest today. I really am, and not so much because Don Jamieson, although he's a friend of the show and we love Don and everything, and that's great, but because he's going to be doing. I think he's the last national comedian playing at what is my favorite comedy club.
Yeah, I know.
Which is the Funny Stop, which closes on I think the final day. They said I was out there for Landau on Sunday.
Yeah.
And I think they said the next Monday, like this coming Monday, is the very last day. They're having like a going away party type of a deal where all the local comedians that have ever played there or that are around are going to show up. And maybe it's headlined by Mike Chiselka.
I'm in a battle of two of the best local comedians ever on Facebook. And
I saw the thing with Bill Squire going on. I was like,
Bill Squire's a douche. I mean, I like him as a person, but like somewhere along the line, he got too much Cox in his mouth. And by Cox, I mean Alan Cox.
Oh, nice. Wasn't the cock I was thinking for a minute.
Yeah, and Michael Chiselka, those two. The battle of the Cleveland wit going at it against me and
so funny.
Some of my Facebook friends and actual friends. It was sad and pathetic, to be honest with you. But I mean, Alan Cox has one thing they can only. Alan Cox, Bill Squire has one thing they ever post. He goes and says Trump is a pedophile and something.
Right.
It's like you have no proof of that. In fact, the girl said he didn't do anything. Yeah. I don't know what you want, but think whatever you want. What the hell do I care? But every time that something is posted about Trump, I mean, it's really lazy comedy to post the same exact thing every time.
Yeah.
I mean, I asked him specifically, he hasn't responded. I said, "Is that your opening joke, your middle joke, and your finale joke? I mean, I don't understand how your comedy works. I mean, is this supposed to be funny?"
Yeah, because then you'll laugh really hard if it is.
I mean, it's just not good. It's not good comedy. Right. It's not even a good post. It's not creative. It's nothing. It's laziness.
Why is he posting on your Facebook?
He didn't. I posted a Trump thing on Chiselka's page.
Oh, so he was posting. He was responding. He was defending Mike's honor.
He was defending Mike's honor.
Oh, that's so pathetic.
It is pathetic. Well, I mean, again, two of the best Cleveland comics.
Let's not
battling it out, sticking by each other.
Let's not.
Maybe they'll be on stage.
Hey, it's Mike guy or whatever his podcast name is,
which we were supposed to listen to today. And
I know, but we had guests, so we'll do it next week. But you know, yeah, I did give Mike's podcast a listen.
Yeah,
oh, boy, are we gonna have some fun?
It's not good. Is it good?
We're gonna have some fun.
All right. Look, I don't care if it's good or bad or whatever it is, but it can't be thought-provoking, bring everybody together.
Well, I'm not ready to sing Kumbaya with him just yet after listening to 2 episodes. So
I can imagine that nobody
I'm not
will
quite
be
there.
I mean, I love him. As a person, I love him.
Yeah, Mike's great. I love Mike too.
And, but when he came to me with this idea of doing a podcast, I wanted to do something because I was in a hospital and I was fired from my job.
Right.
And so I didn't really have any kind of thing going on. I wanted to get my voice back out there.
Look at your screen right now. If you're tired of the hide-and-seek games with big tech, where links disappear and episodes get throttled, I've got the fix. I'm Chris Akin, and it's time for me to show you how to take back your access to the Classic Metal Show, the Seth Williams Show, and Chris Akin Presents. Pick up your phone, go to the App Store or Google Play, and download the Locals app. It is 100% free. Once you're in, just search for the CMS Network. You're going to see everything. Every interview, every unfiltered rant, every deep dive music discussion, every uncensored news article we put up, all in one centralized, uncensored hub. No more chasing links across 5 different socials. This is our home. But if you really want the keys to the kingdom, look for that VIP upgrade. For just $4.99 a month, you're cutting out the commercials, getting the advance drops before anyone else, and accessing bonus episodes that are way too heavy, dirty, or we just don't want to share with the free public. For the price of a cheap beer, you're supporting independent, unapologetic media. Download the Locals app today. Get some CMS wherever you are. And if you're a real one, join the VIP squad at classicmetalshow.locals.com. The Classic Metal Show and the CMS Network. It's uncensored. It's unapologetic. We will see you there.
And so when he came to me, I was like, okay, well, let me hear what you got. And it was an idea of just, kind of bringing, I thought it was kind of like a counterpoint kind of thing.
Right.
Where, obviously I knew that I was on the opposite side of what he was.
Sure.
And I thought it was going to be kind of like that kind of show.
Mm-hmm.
But he billed it as, we're going to bring everybody together.
Sure.
That both sides suck. And that our goal is to bring everybody together. And I thought, well, it can't be that bad. Except when we started, it was nothing of the sort. It wasn't both sides suck. It was your side sucks.
Right.
Come to my side where you'll find out that everything's okay.
Right.
And I'm not going to have that.
Yeah, it didn't work out too well.
It did not.
It was kind of a mess.
Kind of a mess.
I know once I got involved, the show went like this. Seth and Mike do a show. Then Seth calls me to talk about what a dick Mike's being on the show. Then Mike calls me to say what a dick Seth's being on the show. And I'm telling them both, well, figure it fucking out. And nobody wanted to figure it out. Nobody could figure it out because you guys were not Alan Combs and Hannity.
No.
You guys just did, those guys were, and maybe it's just because of the money thing. Those guys are making, $1 million or whatever a year, each of them, to where it's like, all right, I'll deal with this asshole, because I'm getting paid. But yeah, it just didn't gel. And again, that's nothing against Mike.
Well, then I figured it out and decided to end it, and
yeah,
which did not go well.
No, that last episode. Oof. Still on the YouTube if people want to see it. But, and then the worst part about it was then Mike thought that I had conspired. I don't know. Did I ever tell you that?
No.
He hit me back. It's like, I find it very odd that you were ready to be on the air in 3 seconds after Seth threw me off the air. And I was like, I was sort of producing the fucking show.
Right.
All I had to do was push a button and I was on. It wasn't hard.
But I have some regrets, but not many.
Not many. Not any. Who are you
None,
kidding?
really. I mean, I thought that, I'm not trying to bash him. He's not here to defend himself. I thought some of the ways that he treated guests that came on the show was inappropriate. And
What do you mean? I didn't pick up on that at all. Can you tell I'm in a sarcastic, stupid mood today?
So it should have been over, and I'm glad it was.
Sure. Well, and you gave him his chance to run off and do radio or podcast his own podcast. So,
He is. So we'll see.
So good for him,
Marcus is listening from work. Hey, Marcus.
Hello, Marcus.
Thank you again, Marcus.
Yeah.
And I got to thank a guy, Matt. I don't know who he is or what show he listens to, but he was very nice to me. So thank you, Matt.
Well, that's good. Well, it's been a busy time over here, that's for sure. Today I had an interview at 10, and then I had training at 12, and then I had Vinny Appice from Black Sabbath at 3.
Nice. That's good.
And now here at 4. And then after this, I got to start processing all this video, get all this stuff done and up and posted and whatnot. Whew. It's a busy one. It is busy as hell over here. But
yeah, Jake's having difficulty. He wants to hire like a video guy because
he knows one, me.
But I mean, I don't know if he'd be able to do it like in real time and stuff in the morning.
What does he need?
Because he's looking for somebody that can start the feed, the Rumble feed when we start the show. And then
that's one
as
button.
it goes on, pulling video and putting up on socials and stuff like that. Whether
During the show?
Whether it's an interview during the show or whatever, kind of trying to get stuff out there quickly.
During the show would be tough. I mean, I could do it. I certainly know what I would do. I would do it I'd pull a video in OBS and just record, hit stop at a point and cut paste. I could do it, but
I mean, and then graphics and stuff like that he's putting up for the show, like for guests and crap like that. So he's looking for a video guy to be able to do this stuff because it's a lot. I understand.
Yeah,
I'm certainly not versed in it or have time during the show to do it.
Right. Doing it in real time would be very tough. Doing it right after the show.
I'm not sure it would be during the show as far as pulling and posting.
Yeah.
But it would be, after the show. And
if it was after the show and he needed, hey, find four hot takes or something to put up as a short or as a 5-minute clip or whatever, that's easy. I could do that all day long. I do that all day long.
Well, maybe I'll have him contact you. I don't know.
Yeah, please do.
Pay for it.
Look, I always like making money, man.
Yeah, I don't know what to
And that's literally my wheelhouse these days. I spend every day. I'm getting really good at the Rumble shorts, actually, using the Rumble clip maker to make shorts with Rumble, and I like the way they look, and it's pretty sweet. So
yeah, he did a video the other day that I was not real thrilled with. But
I love that video. I know which one you're going to say. I love it.
Me on the scooter video?
You on the scooter with the Eye of the Tiger playing?
Yeah.
I love that video. It's great.
Dude, I look like just giant fat guy riding an ant.
Who gives a shit? Who cares?
Honestly, I didn't even make it through the whole thing before I was like, all right, give up.
I love that video. I laughed and laughed.
I saw like a thing. It says, congratulations, Seth. Your video's received over 500 plays already. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. 500 people watching Fat Seth.
Yeah. Could I get a nun slaughter interview? I'm sure I could.
Who knows nun slaughter?
Death metal. I'm sure I could. I probably will get offered it. We'll see, Brian. But this is not that show. This is this show.
I don't even know what this show is, dude.
Well, it's not nun slaughter.
No, probably not. I can't imagine I'm a big nun slaughter fan.
Yeah, no, I don't think they would play well to you. Unless I like their music personally, but you know me, I liked all that death metal-y type stuff. So,
see, I was talking to my wife about that the other day because one of the first concerts her and I ever went to together was Slayer.
Okay.
Her father passed away, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that she was a Slayer fan.
Right.
So my idea to cheer her up after her father passed away is let's go see a Slayer concert.
Right.
Which wasn't a really great idea. It didn't turn out as great as I had hoped. But for me, I like a little harmony with my rock.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a lot of harmony with that.
Right. No, there's not. There's no melody at all. It's the ball slaughter show.
So, I mean, I don't know. I like more melodic rock.
Sure.
It can be heavy.
Yeah, I like
just not death metal.
I like brutality.
Okay, you can't sing along.
Sure you can.
You sing along to death metal? How do you know what they're
I
saying?
absolutely do sing along to death metal. I love it. Know who else might like it? This
Don
guy
Jamieson?
right here, Don Jamieson. Are you a death metal fan, Don, or not?
Love it.
Do you really?
I probably listen to death metal 50% of the time.
All right.
Okay, but how do you understand the words? How do you sing along to death metal? Growling into the microphone.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That's a good thing about death metal singers. Like if they forget the lyrics, no one will know.
I guess.
But if you're a fan, and I try to explain this to Seth and to everybody, Don, if you're a fan, you know the words. Like if you're listening, like I'm a Cannibal Corpse guy, and I can sing the words to Mummified and Barbed Wire or whatever because I know them. And
Oh yeah, I mean if you don't know the lyrics to "I Come Blood," you're not even a regular human.
What am I missing out on? I guess.
that's it. You've
God
limited
forbid,
yourself.
I like a little melody when I'm listening to a little music.
Yeah, but once in a while, you just, I don't know, you got to find, the one band as your gateway band to get you into death metal. And then once you get used to that gruff vocal, then it opens up a whole world of music. And that band, it's funny that we started talking about this because my gateway band came from me flying out to Ohio to do the funny stop. And my buddy Joe Howard would come pick me up at the airport. And he kept, every time he picked me up, he'd play this crazy death metal band. And finally I was like, dude, what is this? And he goes, it's a Monomarth. And I go, I think I fucking love this.
Right?
And that was it. And then after that, man, it just got me into every other kind. But no, listen, at the end of the day, I still love Black Sabbath, AC/DC, Judas Priest, all, the classic stuff. But, they say, your tastes get more mellow as you get older. Mine have gotten heavier.
Dude,
I mean, is Slayer considered death metal?
no.
No, thrash.
Thrash. Maybe
Yeah.
Jesus, I
speed
can't
metal
understand
if
them
you're
either.
old, but
Yeah, that's right. So that's what I'm saying. So like, especially if you listen to death metal or pretty much obviously any music on streaming like Spotify or Apple Music, the lyrics come up so you can follow along. And if you listen on vinyl like I do 95% of the time, especially death metal, they always print the lyrics so you can follow along old school.
I don't believe that shit anyway. How they know that it's right? They're just guessing like I am.
Yeah, it could be.
Well, Don, you are going to be in town this week at the Funny Stop. You're the last, I believe they said, I was out there on Sunday for Landau, and I believe they said you are the last national touring comedian to play the Great Funny Stop. So let's start there, man. Talk a little bit about, having that. I consider that an honor, but having that honor to do that and your experiences with the Funny Stop.
Yeah, well, first of all, this isn't the first comedy club I've ever closed, and although the other times weren't quite as intentionally, but it won't be the last either. So yeah, it's bittersweet, of course, guys. I that's become my home away from home, that club, and I recorded a live album there. My album Communication Breakdown was done there, and not only do I love the club as a comedian, I loved Pete and I love his family still, and so they're a big part of it as well. And obviously, they didn't get into they don't want to run a comedy club, I don't think. I appreciate that they've kept it going in Pete's honor, but at the end of the day, who the hell wants to deal with stupid comedians all the time?
You know what was weird when I was out there on Sunday? The comedians didn't want to leave the stage. Like, I mean, I've seen Landau 100 times because I do his web work, and I'm a friend. Him and I are personal friends, and I've never seen him play that long. He performed. I think he went on about 8:45, and he stayed on all the way till like 20 after 10. Like, it was a really long set. And I asked him after, were you trying new stuff or what? He's like, no, it just, he didn't want to leave the stage. Do you think you're going to feel that way come Saturday?
Yeah, 100%. And I'm good friends with Dave too, and he really is broken up by it, and it's super bittersweet to be, proud to be the last person on stage there at the Funny Stop, but hate that it's leaving, and with Pete gone, obviously not the same because Pete was such a great character.
Sure.
There's a picture. I mean, everything about that club I just loved. Knew I had to do a live album there. Um, because I wanted to take in, that the old sign in the front, like, where, everything's misspelled, and, it's in this crazy strip mall with a Dollar General, and, there's an Arthur Treacher's across the street, and, just all that, character is what made that room what it was. And like I said, Pete, on the inside of my album, I put a great big photo of him giving me the middle finger that I took years ago. And, I always love seeing that picture, because that's, Pete was like this wild guy, but he was, he was lovely, and, but he could be super abrasive, as you guys know. But again, that was all part of the character of playing there.
Go ahead, Seth.
By the way, you muted my mic, so I didn't know if I could actually talk.
Echoing a little bit, but it's okay.
So Seth was tearing up a little bit there.
I was a little bit, kind of. But what's the comedy club scene around the country? Is it shrinking, or is it just something? This is a one-off kind of thing, or what's the comedy club scene around the country like?
No, comedy's doing really well. It's just, this is just pretty much an isolated case. The rock clubs are the ones that, since COVID, have been closing up like crazy, which is a major bummer in my life as well. So, including a club not too far from the Funny Stop called the Empire Club that I played once there as well, and that closed. So there's clubs here in Jersey that closed, but now the comedy, what'll happen? I mean, I don't know if someone's buying that and going to open another club or not, but I highly doubt it. But someone will open something in that area, but it won't be the same. It'll be in a banquet room in a hotel, and it'll go for a couple of years, and then it'll fizzle out. I mean, I've seen that before in Pittsburgh. The Funny Bone in Pittsburgh was down in Union Station down there with all the restaurants and nightlife, and then that went away. But the guy tried to do it in a banquet room at the hotel, and it didn't work. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but we'll see.
Right.
What's the comedy scene like? Period. Like, a lot of young comics coming up. Anybody good that's going to take over? I mean, are there just too many comics? I mean, what's the scene like?
Were you trying to get rid of me, man? I mean,
no, but actually, that's going to be one of my questions. Is that at some point you're going to have to hang it up? I mean, are you?
Why? Why would I hang it up?
Are you going to go to 90? I don't know. I mean, what are your plans? Are you going to go to 90? Are you going to go to drop dead on stage?
Yeah,
he's Lemmy of comedy.
That's right. Yes, I'm going to die with my boots on, man. If I can get to that stage, man, and get my mouth to the microphone, I don't see any reason not to keep doing it. But I'm lucky, as a comic that I not only do comedy clubs, but I play rock clubs too. So, I mean, let's put it this way. White, heterosexual, middle-aged males are not exactly in style in comedy these days. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah, we have noticed, yeah.
Actually, just in general, we're not in style. So
in commercials and movies and everything, yes. I mean, I'm in radio, so I have to make plans myself. Radio's a dying industry. I don't know what the comedy scene's like. I don't get to go out here in Cleveland. What do you really have other than Funny Bone? Now that's gone. I mean, there's not a whole lot to go check out.
Well, the improv, but the improv, really doesn't. They don't do a lot of white heterosexual middle-aged men in there. So yeah, no, you just listen. You just adjust. You find new places, and like I said, like I can come through town and play a rock club if I need to, and I come through on tour with bands and do rock clubs. So I'm very lucky that way. And I'll still be playing in the area all the time. I played over at the Winchester, man. That's a killer room there, man. So, there's always places, man. And road dogs like me and Florentine, we'll always find a new spot. But, I know Jim feels the same, man. We're super bummed about Funny Stop closing.
They say you should never look back, but I've never been good at following orders. I'm Chris Akin, and while most of you know me for the radio and the interviews, I've got a past that would make social justice warriors' heads explode. My latest book, and Other Things I Should Not Say, isn't a self-help manual. It's an autopsy of the years 1986 to 1990. 4 years of sex, booze, and absolute chaos while I was serving in the military in Korea and California. I'm talking about stories that stay buried in the back of your memory because society tells you they're wrong and ugly. Well, I don't live in fear of my past. Every filthy, calloused, and ridiculous moment in this book actually happened, and I'm damn proud to share it. If you're easily offended, keep walking, pal. But if you want to see what happens when you pack a lifetime of dangerous living into just 4 years, head over to Amazon.com or just go to the link in the description and grab yourself a copy today. Both middle fingers are up and the truth is right here. Get some CMS, uncensored, and Other Things I Should Not Say is the book, and it is sure to offend and sicken and make you laugh like you never have before. Yeah, well, the one thing, and I'm just going to put this out there, this is my own personal take. Please don't go to Hilarities. It is, I mean, I don't have enough armor to go to Hilarities. It's not that I don't like the club. Inside, that club is beautiful. It's a very nice club. But man, you can't park anywhere without risking your life. It's in just the worst neighborhood to where, quite frankly, I don't, like Landau's my friend. The only time I've missed him in the last 8 years was the last time he played Hilarities.
And by bad neighborhood,
I love
he means
Dave.
downtown
I'm not willing
Cleveland.
to take a bullet for Dave. You know, it's
Right.
that simple.
Well, he
Bad
grew up in
neighborhood, he means
Detroit,
downtown.
so he's used to it. What's that, Seth?
By bad neighborhood, he means downtown Cleveland. You're going to get shot down there. You got to find somewhere else to have a club.
Yeah, well, we'll work it out. So that's, I just encourage everybody, man, if you've never been, you still have time. If you've been there when I'm there, it's a great time. We always make a party out of it. And this will definitely be a big celebration.
Absolutely. Don, I want to talk to you about another time that I saw you at the Funny Stop, and that was when you kind of unannounced showed up at the Cumia show. The Cumia, what was that? Comedians of the Compound, and you weren't even scheduled to be there, and you were just walked on and did 20 minutes or whatever. It was one of the coolest, like, non-announced things that, and quite frankly, a lot of his comics were dying. His producers were dying. And then you came up and brought the funny, and it was a good moment, man.
Oh, dude, thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, look, I was part of Compound Media. I did a podcast on there called That Jamieson Show. And, with all these crazy podcast wars and stuff now, which I find hilarious,
Sure.
I just never got involved in any of that stuff. That's what Kumia used to always say. He'd go, I love fucking Jameson. He doesn't get involved in any of the drama here at the network. He loves pussy and heavy metal. That's all he cares about.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Yeah, and he was a great boss. It's like he never told me what I could say, what I couldn't say. He didn't tell me what kind of show to do. I could have done a different show every day, and he would have been like, "Yeah, no problem." So, we did those little tours with the comedians of the Compound, and yeah, we always had a blast, man.
Right. Well, Don, what's going on with you outside of this weekend in Cleveland? What are you working on? Are you working on new material?
Yeah, man. It'll be all new material this weekend. Gearing up to film a new comedy special in Vegas, May 23rd, and I'm really pumped for that, man. So yeah, all new stuff, and that record will probably and that special come out sometime in the fall. And man, other than that, man, I tell you, I joke around, white heterosexual middle-aged men we're more out of style than Crocs, mullets, and white after Labor Day. So, but I've been working my dick off in 2026, and I'm grateful for everybody who's still booking me. The one thing you can't take away from us, all right, is we got jokes.
Yes.
All right, that's one thing we have is jokes, and you asked me about Seth about the younger generation, and there are some really funny comics up and coming. There's a few here in Jersey that I've mentored that I really like, and but a lot of them no jokes.
Right.
That's just all, my dad's Asian, my mom's black, and it's just jokes about that, their identity and, what their background is and all that stuff. And they're afraid to take chances because they don't want the video to get out there, and they're afraid someone will, oh, he said this about that, and they get all nervous, and I'm like, I don't give a shit. You can't cancel me. Every TV show I've been on has been canceled. I've been canceled before I've had TV shows on the air. So I don't care because anything I say, there's a joke to it, and
Right.
so that will always be in style. So yeah, I'm going to be 90 and dying on stage with my boots on.
That's what I want to be. I want to be dying behind a radio microphone, but most likely I'm certainly not going to live till 90. I'll
Yeah,
be lucky to live
probably
past
not.
next week. So
Well, it'll be the AI Seth.
Yeah, there we go.
do you guys ever use AI? Do you ever use AI for writing jokes and stuff like that?
Nah, I did a few experiments on there. I was telling Florentine, I said, write me some jokes about whatever it was. I just came up with a couple things, and not only were the jokes so lame, all AI is it just is a composition of what's already out there on the internet. So all it's doing is taking suggestions from other people's stuff, and it's lame. Comedy and music, it's like there's only 12 notes, right? But how you play those 12 notes is what sets it apart from everybody else. Same in comedy, we all talk about the same 5 things basically, but it's what your point of view is. AI has no point of view, but you as a human do. So I don't think AI could ever replace like what we do. That live situation, man, you live and die by it. It's you can't plug in a formula into a computer and have it go, all right, here's your new 45 minutes of killer stuff, and it's gonna go down the same way every night. That's not how it works.
Right. And the other thing with AI too is, like you were saying with the live set, it doesn't, it could guide you a little bit with material, but it can't guide how people are going to react to it. I guarantee you there's been nights where you've gone on stage and you've thought you absolutely bombed. And then 15 people come up to you at the end of the night and like, it's the funniest fucking show I ever saw ever. And AI will never, I don't care how much it develops. I'm an IT guy and I work with AI every day, but
wow.
It can't read emotion, and it's never going to read emotion. And that is all that comedy is. Comedy in essence is your ability to tap into somebody either positive or negatively in their emotional state on whatever it is that you're talking about. AI's never going to understand that, which means it could never replace a guy like you or Jim or Landau or whoever.
Wow, you got deep into my psyche with that stuff, man. That was that was cool. You're right. It's the best skill you can have as a comic is listening. Talking is fine because you have to tell jokes, but if you're listening to the crowd, if you're feeding off what the crowd is giving you, you can adjust. Landau's a great example. Landau's like me. He likes to be playful with the crowd, and if they're tight on the material, he and myself have the flexibility to go into the crowd, try to make some magic there, and then and once we get them going again, jump back in. That's something. And there's no way to learn that except doing it every night. And you're right, dude. There's sets, man. I was out with Florentine. We were in LA, and we actually did pretty well out there considering they're the land of the woke. But
Right.
I had one set out there, and everybody after came up and was like, "Oh my God, that was incredible!" And I go, "I hate these people." I had maybe a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10, and I was working my ass off, and they loved the show. I hate them for that, but you never know. Some crowds are a little more enthusiastic than others with their responses.
Does that really bother you though, when somebody likes something that just was dog shit? Does that really bug you?
No, because it's like they're being genuine about it. So if they had a good time, but it's just one of those things where like, well, I didn't have that good of a time. I can't imagine you did, but all right, that's fine with me. And other time it happens the other way, guys. Totally happens the other way. I come off stage thinking I killed. I'm ready to take 2 10s home with me after the show, and people just file out. They don't buy any merch. They look miserable, and I did that happen once. I can't remember where it was. And on the way, I thought I killed, and everyone just flew out of the room. And one woman who had to be 80 years old stopped and said to the owner, "He's one of the worst comedians I've ever seen in my life." And she was 80.
And you
How
wanted
do you
to
deal with
smack her.
crowds like that? I mean, do you deal? I know it's fun to make fun of the crowd and stuff, but I mean, when people are just not having a good time, you ever just want to walk the fuck off the stage and say, "Fuck you, people, I'm out."
Well, I mean, listen, you got to do your time, right? But so it's up to you to figure out, how do I get these guys on my side? So, like I was saying, like there's a million little tricks you learn over the years, but sometimes you can't crack them completely, and you just gotta know that. And I hate to put it in an automatic pilot. That's my last resort. But if I can't crack them after a certain amount of time, it's going into automatic pilot. I could do this without the crowd. I could do
Sure.
this without you guys, but I'd rather have you. But look, over the years, I'm going in, man, I'm almost in 27 years doing this. Yeah, way more good nights than the bad nights are way less than they used to be. And the bad nights are not as bad as they used to be. I don't think there's ever been a show, even in the last 10 years, where I went like, whoa, like they hated me.
Right.
But there's always this weekend at the Funny Stop, so come down and
Go ahead, Seth.
That's one thing about like radio that I love is that I don't have to see somebody's reaction. So if I think I'm funny, I go home thinking I was funny. And
yeah.
I mean, when you see somebody just sitting there not laughing at your jokes, I'd punch them. I don't know what I would do. I'd tell them to get out. Like, just leave. If you don't like it, go.
Yeah,
And I don't care if there's 3 people left in the room. I'm telling them all to get the fuck out.
Yeah, well, I look, you guys are great at what you do, so you get it. Like there are certain tricks to what we do, and you can only do so much. You could only I'll never pander to a crowd. That's one thing I refuse to do, is pander. But I will try everything in my power. I am getting paid. I am there to make you laugh, so I will pull out every stop. But then once I've done everything, then that's on the crowd at that point. So
Sure. Now, Don, one of the things that I think actually hurts comedy these days, and I understand why you guys all do it. And I mean, obviously, this is something that I know Florentine and Landau, and I think you do too on occasion, but not as much as them. I think it hurts comedy these days when comedians are doing these political shows, like a Gutfeld or whatever. And again, I like Gutfeld. I obviously like Jim and like Dave and you, but I just think it almost convinces the audience that you're something you're not. It convinces the audience that you're more of a pundit than, here's 10 jokes about dicks or whatever. Do you feel like that is the case, that people misunderstand what you're about because they see you in an environment other than the comedic environment?
With the Gutfeld thing specifically, it's really helped comics sell tickets. And so I don't, for whatever reason, that hasn't put a big stink on comics. Like it's really, obviously it's helped Landau, it's helped Florentine, it's helped. I mean, the regulars on Gutfeld, like when they play down in my home club here in Jersey at Uncle Vinny's, man, they sell out multiple shows. Like Tom Shalhoub was just there. I think he sold out like 5 shows or something. So, they're selling tickets, but a lot of them, like I went down to see Joe Mackey because I've known Joe forever, from working clubs in New York City. And I was like, oh, I'm going to be going by there. And I haven't seen Joe in a long time. And I went by there. He barely does any political stuff, maybe like 5 or 6 minutes. and he really, like, I do political stuff too, but my shit's all down the middle. It's like I don't try to take one side or the other. So it really, and then the other networks, the left leaning networks never really have comics on. So
Sure.
there's really no stink over there. And maybe because Gutfeld's also, it's a talk show, it's a late night show. For everybody you're turning off to you're gaining 50 new fans. So
Fair enough.
yeah.
Right on. Well, will you be doing Dave's new show?
Well, he hasn't asked me yet, and I'm pretty pissed off with him about that. So,
Well, gee, I'm above you. He did ask me.
oh, there you go. So,
Maybe I should start telling winger jokes and stuff. Maybe I could be. Maybe I could be ignored too.
I'm glad Dave re-landed back
I am
on Blaze, because I loved going down and do his other show. I'm sure I'll do it sooner than later.
Sure.
But yeah, man, Dave's a gem, man, and just to circle back to the beginning, I know I'm going to feel the same way. I know I'm not going to want to get off that stage, and especially the Saturday show. God,
Sure.
now you guys got me like emotional now, man. Just thinking about it.
All right, well, screw Landau. People want to know when you're coming back with Florentine for that metal show again.
Coming back with that metal show?
Yeah, they're asking. They want it back. People are texting in.
Oh, Jesus, I know. Well, we want it back too, man.
It's got to be somewhere to put it.
Yeah, there's a few seasons that are out on like YouTube, and I think like Apple Music or Apple TV has some episodes. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's been we don't own it, so it's just a tough sell. And again, white middle-aged heterosexual males. I think we've
Right.
see a pattern here.
Right.
Not exactly popular on TV.
All right, well, the least you could do for the fans is act a little gay and get the show back on the air. You and Florentine, gay it up a little bit and get the show back.
Yeah, listen, I'm all for it. I'm marching a pride parade if they'll get me back on.
Do you really think it would play though now with 900 million podcasts out there all interviewing the George Lynches and Don Dawkins of the world?
Yeah, because if it's on television, even though, yes, we have all these options, when you're on actual television, it does make a difference, because eventually someone will flick through and find you. So, if you're just a podcast that's out there in the mishmash, you're not, it's not like you're flipping through a podcast channel and you go, oh, who's this Joe Rogan fella? And you stumble upon it, those are the names about the biggest 5, and then there's 18 million other ones on TV. People will find you eventually. So, if the powers that be can get it somewhere where they're going to dig it and get what we're doing, and not go out, we'll take a shot with these guys and really just get behind it. Of course, we're here to do it, man. Our pubes are a little grayer, but we're still we're still hardcore fans. And obviously, me going out on rock tours, and Jim and Eddie having their radio shows, on Ozzy's Boneyard, we're all still in that world. So it's not like, we got to sort of work our way back in. We haven't left. We're just not getting paid anymore.
Right on, man. Well, you will be getting paid Friday and Saturday. Everybody should make their way out one last time to the Funny Stop out there in Cuyahoga Falls. Don, where's the best place they can keep up with you? Websites or Facebook or whatever?
Yeah, man. Instagram at Don Jamieson Official. Same on Facebook. On X, I'm real Don Jamieson, or just look me up on Pornhub. Under Don Jamieson.
I did that about a half hour ago.
But yeah, get to the Funny Stop, Cuyahoga Falls. We're gonna make it a celebration, and then everyone could give me a big hug while I cry in my beer after the last show.
Right on. Well, one more time, everybody. This Friday, this Saturday, it is Don Jamieson at the Funny Stop, closing the building down. And Don, this has been fun as always, man. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Don.
You guys make it easy, man. Appreciate it. Hope to see you guys there too.
Okay, we can do that. All right, Don, we'll talk to you Friday or Saturday.
Later, boys.
All right, see you, man. All right, bye-bye. Well, there goes Don Jamieson. And here comes Tony Musachio.
Gentlemen, how
From
are
one
you?
comedian to another.
So
Hey,
guess
Tony.
what? I am right next to Funny Bones in the Flats. I am at Shooters.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So it's so cool. I just want to give you a real quick span here. Got to see my little fruity drink that they gave me. Say hi.
Hi there.
They're
That's
back.
the new and improved shooters, huh?
Yeah, this is so cool. So I was here for the grand opening in 1986. That was 40 years ago.
Wow.
Wow.
And it's a new face. It is actually a new owner. Obviously, Machine Gun Kelly is part owner of this now.
Yeah.
Guys, they put like $5 million into this building.
Wow.
Does it look like it? I mean, does it look really nice?
Follow the chaos. The Classic Metal Show is live on X. Stream all the episodes for free, watch the show live every Saturday night, or just get there and find out what is going on with the Classic Metal Show. Get your metal feed, x.com/CMS Rocks.
It's gorgeous. I'm going to kind of span this real quick if we can. I'm going to actually go in. They said that they will let me go into the kitchen. So you know me. I'm going in the kitchen. Fuck it, we're eating.
Right on.
So let me just give you, again, it's still the bones of shooters.
Okay.
That looks nice.
It does look nice. Yeah.
And it's now kind of like an upbeat restaurant, as you can hear the music in the background. I had told them that I was going to be on the air. I said I needed the music just a little bit lower. They said it's not going to happen.
Nice. Is it?
Don't they know who we are, Tony?
Yeah, really.
Yes. So here's, and obviously the kitchen still has the same footprint as it always did.
Okay.
It's wonderful. Hi, Chef. How are you? Nice to see you. This is Chef right here, guys.
Hey, Chef.
So they say that they have. So I asked, what are the 3 best things that I want to eat here when I come in to Shooters? And Chef told me it was wings. Chef, what was that again?
Wings, clam bake, and our broccoli Caesar-ish salad.
Wonderful. And I have all 3. Isn't this cool?
That is cool. Tony,
I love your job, Joey.
Is Shooters a live venue still, live music venue, or not this time?
So yes, they are going to have live. Okay, I understand. Pat, let me do it though.
Okay,
Yeah, Pat, let me do it. So it is actually going to have concerts on the patio in the summertime, which I'm sure they're going to do it huge because of Machine Gun Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, they have the stage, the same stage.
Okay.
And years ago when I was first here, they had a swimming pool. That wasn't a good idea.
No.
No.
Alcohol and swimming and late at night.
Come on,
I'm gonna
nobody's
show
going to
you something
drown.
Really cool. So they actually, they don't have it anymore. Guys, they used to have a dishwasher. It was literally 25 feet long. I mean, that's how many dishes that, of course, this place goes through. So they have 85 employees as we speak, and they're going to bring it up to about 225
Wow.
as soon as it starts getting warmer.
Wow.
I also heard that they were going to rebuild like the boat docks and everything, so people can start docking their boats up there again.
Hold on, guys. I got to get to a better area here. Say that again, Seth.
I heard on the news that they're supposed to redo the boat docks and so that people can drive their boats up again.
They did. So that is already done. Actually, my neighbor owns this whole west side of the bank, which he works for Jacobs. He is the partner of Jeff Jacobs. And of course, they own the pavilion, which is the stage. They own Music Box. They own Funny Bones. And of course, this whole, dock that is here. It's never going to be like it once was. When I had my boat here in the late 80s, there were like 10, 12 boats deep and lines of them.
Right.
And you would, and you guys remember this. I mean, the Flats is not what it once was, but it's a little bit calmer, obviously, on the west side than it is on the east.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm safe here. I don't have to carry a gun.
Yet.
And
I'm
can
gonna see
you
if I can actually get outside and give you like a view of the place. So
go right next door to Christie's still?
hold on 1 second, guys. I'm gonna see if
He's on his way. Oh, wow. Look at this place. Wow. There's people waving. All right.
I can't. This is perfect. Okay, I'm out outside on the deck here. And again, what's going to happen is this entire deck is going to be filled with chairs and lounge chairs.
Oh, wow.
And the stage, as you can see, is actually going to be right up in this area.
Wow.
So it's interesting, guys, how big this deck is, with no chairs and tables on it.
Right.
Um,
Yeah,
and
it's nice.
yeah, and as you can see, they rebuilt this entire area. It's gorgeous down here today. It's actually very nice. It's a nice day downtown in the flats. And of course, there's the east side of the bank. So you have Alley Cat. Inferno, unfortunately, is closed down. Welcome to the farm. And Collision Bend is right down the river. And again, pretty soon these boats are going to be happening as soon as the sun comes up. And you can see all the pigeon shit. Boy, that's a problem, huh? So,
Hey, Tony,
yeah, this is really cool. Yeah.
can you go next door and get video of the women?
Guess what? Can we do that?
Yeah, can we be at
next time?
Christie's next time?
That would be wonderful.
Make it happen, Tony. You're the guy.
You know me. I can make anything happen. I can walk through a kitchen. These people, it's like everybody's so funny. So there were probably about 10 servers, and there were a few bartenders that as soon as I walked in, and when I walk into a place, I kind of take it over. They said, "We know you. Who are you?" And they named at the places that they worked at. And they said, "Oh, yeah, you're Tony. You've done a show at Cooper's Hawk. You've done a show at Burgers to Beers. You've done a show at BJ's." It's kind of cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and with that being said, guys, we had talked about, Seth, you and I talked about on the air, Harry Steakhouse. I am going to be there in 2 weeks. I'm getting Harry on the air.
Great,
with us.
great.
And he's
And in typical Tony
happening
fashion.
in his restaurant. He's actually got his, so I'm going to make sure we get some food from him.
Amen.
Which would be really
Very
cool.
nice.
And then next week, I'm going to be at Edwin's, which is now on Cedar. It used to be the old Nighttown, where I think we've talked about this before. Yeah, which is...
I used to live by there. So
Yes, Brandon Krastowski, who, he actually has taken those who have gotten in trouble and turned their lives around.
yeah.
Yeah, so actually, guys, you know what? I'm going to see. I don't know can you see this from the window?
All we really see is your reflection.
Oh, you can just see the reflection. Okay. All right, you know what? Actually, I am going to go in one more time, and let's see.
Okay.
I'm just going to span this and show you guys. Okay, doors are locked. I'm going to find... Hold on, gentlemen.
All right.
Happen. So again, Lake Erie, unbelievable. That year ago, this place, and there's some boats right now actually on the river, but it's amazing how many boats were here literally in the early 80s. And I had a boat here in 1986 to about 1992 that it gave this place the life. Shooters I'm talking about. With that, with being on the river. I would jump on my boat, I would take it out of the dock, and of course, I would come here and we would eat. So let me just show you real quick.
Okay. Yeah, this place looks great.
Wait, folks, you're on the air. Wait, you're on the air, ladies.
They're like, ugh.
I hope you're allowed. I hope you were okay to be here, because otherwise, I just turned you in. Happy birthday! I'm getting you. Are you drinking a margarita? Yes. And you're gonna get another one. Oh, mojito. It's gonna be on the host of the show, not on me. He's paying for it. Ladies, and were you at Shooters before when it was Shooters? Very nice. Good.
Very good.
So I do a podcast with Seth Williams from the old Trevisano show. Mike Trevisano? Yes. And this is what we do. So Make sure you get the frozen margarita, though, next time, because that's my product, and my kid's still paying for a tuition.
You are such a salesman, Tony.
I love you guys. I will talk to you next Wednesday.
Thanks, Tony.
Again, I am here live at Shooters. What a great place. Welcome downtown in the Flats.
Excellent.
Everybody knows Tony. Flashpoint 1490 WERE.
Thanks, Tony.
Thanks, Tone.
See ya.
There goes Tony.
Those are great.
He is a salesman, isn't he?
Finds the one table that's there for a birthday party. And by the way, get those other things, margaritas. It's my product.
I love that though. That's hilarious.
He's good. Yeah.
Tony's good. Well, this was a super fast show today.
Super
huh?
fast. Time
My
to wrap
goodness.
it up.
Yeah, we are donezo. Gotta thank
Thanks
Don
everybody for
Jamieson. though.
listening. Thanks to Don Jamieson. Thanks to Tony Musachio.
Yeah, what a great show today.
Yep.
So, all right, that means I got to get to this screen here because I'm
Have a
not
great
ready.
one, and God willing, we'll talk to you next Wednesday, my friends.
See ya.
Later.
Seth Williams loves this land, stands tall and proud. Believes in freedom, speaks his mind out loud. Mentored by Triv, he learned to be tough. Life knocked him down, but he got back up. Lost a leg, but he's still strong and true. Chasing dreams under skies of red, white, and blue. Voting for Trump, he shouts it clear. WTAM tried to bring him down, but he's still here. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. Hates LeBron James, won't wear that crown. Prefers hard work and blue jeans in this town. Radio waves try to shut him up, but Seth keeps singing, filling that cup. From the small town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. From the small town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air.
Step back into time and flip into fun at Pinball PA, the ultimate arcade and museum where classic games come alive. Located off Broadhead Road in the Hopewell Shopping Center, Pinball PA invites you to play with 400 pinball machines and video games, from rare gems to your all-time favorites like Pac-Man, Space Invaders, Asteroids, Frogger, and the latest pinball hits. Perfect for families, friends, field trips, birthdays, and gamers of all ages, Pinball PA is open Tuesdays through Sundays with unlimited play for one low price. No quarters needed. Learn more at pinballpa.com.